Welcome to the COMC High School Football Coaches Show, brought to you by the wonderful folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center, Hy-Vee in Osage Beach and Jefferson City, New Spring Wellness Center, Polylift Boat Lifts, and the great folks at Smokin' Jones and Jones Outpost. And thanks for joining us for the Lake Area High School Football Coaches Show. We're back here at Camdenton, home of the Red Hot Lakers, and we've got the man, the myth, the legend with us again. It's Coach Jeff Shore. And Coach, it is rivalry week, man. You got a big matchup with Lebanon this Friday night. Before we get to that, though, let's go back and look at last Friday night. You guys brought out the whooping stick last week. Probably had maybe one of your best games of the year.
Played well. You know, the kids played well. I was glad to see that. Played with a lot of excitement, and really, Hillcrest was actually a little better looking on the hoof, you know, than what their record shows, and so I felt real good about it. Like I said, kids played hard. Always great to have a great homecoming win. Got a lot of kids in the football game. I think we tried to get everybody in there. I hope we did. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, absolutely. And homecoming is just so great in so many ways. I mean, you see some old faces that you haven't seen for a while a lot of times, but the band gets out there. I saw so many comments on how great the band was. It's just fantastic. It all started with we have a parade, all school parade on Thursday.
Yeah.
And that's one of the best things we do as a school. Because you have all the different sporting teams and clubs are represented, and they take a trip around the campus, and you know, we bring in the Osage Beach Hurricane Deck elementary kids too, and so you get to see all the kids, and they're really excited about it. You know, they see their football players, they see between the soccer players, football players, the band leads the way. You've got basketball, volleyball, you know, all different sports represented, and clubs, different clubs, art club, different things. So it's a great thing for school spirit, and it kind of sets the tone. And then, you know, the band played before the game. They were tremendous, obviously.
Yep.
We had a huge crowd. It was an awesome crowd. The rain held off, which was great. We actually got to go watch the homecoming festivities, so we had a real nice lead at halftime, so we let the players go do that. Rarely do you get to do that.
Yeah.
So that was fun. So it was just a really great night for our community, and obviously a great night football-wise with the win.
You know, and that's what makes high school so special for the kids and coaches too, I guess, and teachers, but to have those special nights like that when it can all come together.
We have great community support here. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And have had for a long time. So, you know, we were voted, you know, one of the top, I think, 4 places to play in the state of Missouri, in the whole state. You know, we are, for Missouri football, very well represented. And like I said, it's much appreciated. We talk about that all the time as coaches and to our players about really not taking that for granted and giving it the best effort you can. So it was a really fun night.
Absolutely. Who stood out to you Friday night in the big win?
You know, defensively, Adrian Klein's been playing really well. He's one of our outside linebackers. He's had a 3 or 4 game stretch here. He's played really well. Parkman had a nice pick. I thought Javari Stewart played well at corner. You know, I thought defensively we played well and did a pretty good job of making sure that you know, basically held them scoreless till the very end.
Yeah.
And so it was basically a shutout for us. So did a good job there. And offensively, you know, Camdenton had another red hot game. I think he had 11 receptions. Looks like he's second in the state on receiving. He has the most reception, I think, of anyone in the state in the second yardage. So it was a great night for him. I thought our offensive line played really well. Zane Thompson came in and started at center, his first start at center for us. He started for us at different spots, but to start at center, I thought he had a really good night. We've had some injuries there and things, so he did a good job. So, you know, I thought the line played well, and receivers blocked well. Colson Schiffelbein really put forth a great effort in blocking, and, you know, Bear had a really nice game again, threw for 300 yards and had a really good percentage. So it was just a good night over, you know, all around.
Guys spread the wealth, absolutely, and that is a great win to vault yourself into the next big showdown. We've got this Friday night against an undefeated Lebanon team. That's going to be a good one. We'll talk more about that with Coach Shore here on the Lake Area High School Football Coaches Show right after this. It's summertime at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you need a local healthcare facility that can handle every aspect of your lake life. COMC is the medical provider for everyone, with OBGYN, pediatric care, behavior and mental health, dental, and more. Central Ozarks Medical Center is the healthcare team you're looking for. COMC offers full-service healthcare from every age, and with 3 convenient locations and our mobile medical and dental clinics, COMC gives you the peace of mind you need to enjoy your summertime at the lake. At COMC, your health is our mission.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long.
Polylift Boat Lifts. You've got your home at the lake and you've found the perfect boat. Now, to just make sure the boat bottom stays clean and up out of the water. Polylift Boat Lifts. We've been the lake's choice for reliable boat lifts for over 40 years, and we offer a lifetime warranty on our tanks. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
Have you heard of vitamin IV drips at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach? IV is a very efficient way to deliver all that goodness from vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, all in a hydrating fluid. Our IV drips can increase your energy level, your wellness, and help you feel great. We can accommodate groups in the comfort of our center in Osage Beach. However, we are excited to let you know that New Spring Wellness Center is also going mobile. Now you can save time and feel better by getting an IV vitamin boost at your event, like bachelor parties, weddings, golf outings, or even a company gathering. Call New Spring Wellness Center, and with a little pre-planning, we will come to you and boost your health.
And welcome back to Camdenton, home of the Lakers, who are 5-1, getting ready for 6-0 Lebanon. A fun rivalry. It doesn't really matter what the records are. It just so happens everybody's good this year, which makes it fun. And we were talking about the band just a second ago, and Ricky was just telling us they just won first place the last 2 weekends at their competitions.
Hey, they deserve it. They work extremely hard. They put in an immense amount of hours. So anything they come up with, they deserve for sure. You see them out here putting in an incredible amount of time.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, let's get to the real deal here. Lebanon, Friday night. They are undefeated, and I tell you what, this Yellow Jackets team is pretty darn impressive this year. They come off a 10-point win over West Plains last week, and that's a good West Plains team.
Yeah, they're arguably, as good as they've been, period.
Yeah.
Lebanon is. They are a good-looking team, really good at running the football. Play hard, play good aggressive defense. So, and a lot on this game, a huge game. Like I said, I always love to get a chance to play in these, so
yeah.
Tells us we're doing something right and they're doing something right too. So, like you said, just beside the fact that it's a good rivalry game, there's a lot of stuff on the line. It's the Ozark Conference Championship, possibly.
Because if you guys win, there would be 3 teams with 1 loss, and so basically it'd be a 3-way tie.
It'd be a 3-way tie at that point. If we could win out, then we'd have a share of the conference title.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. District seed is the second thing.
Yeah.
They're in our district, so we're the 1-2 teams in our district right now. And the top building, we go to the team that has the victory over the other one, if we finish 1 and 2. So that would be good. And that's home field advantage, which helps you for the playoffs. Highway 5 trophy, which we've held for quite a while, and we don't have it right now, and we'd like it back, so that would be another thing. Just excitement of playing a big rival game. So it's great that we're both in that position. Certainly great. I feel good that we're in that position.
Yeah.
And they've done their part there on that end. So it should be a great ball game.
I happened to catch their post-game show after their win last week and heard one of their players saying, West Plains came in here, they thought they could push us around, we taught them something. They really take a lot of pride in being big and physical, don't they?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So we'll have to match that. We can play that way ourselves. So it should be a good ball game. I mean, there's definitely some things we're going to have to do well to make a great game of it. So that's what we're focusing on doing.
Yeah. Now you mentioned it. They like to run the ball. I mean, that's kind of their modus operandi every year. And so you go in knowing that's going to be like job number one on defense, right?
Yeah, they're going to try to play defense with their offense. In other words, they're going to ball possession, much as you see like a slow down basketball team that takes the air out of it and, makes 20 passes before they shoot it. Or they're going to try to have 8-minute drives and score and milk the clock and leave you with nothing left. So, that's going to be kind of the yin and yang of the ball game. How many quick stops can we get? Can we do something with it in our offense when we have it? Obviously, if we can be successful on offense to get ahead in the game, that's going to help us. Yeah. Because their offense is more methodical, I guess you'd say. So, if we can't, then it's going to be a little bit of trouble if we can't get our hands on the football and get stopped. So, that's just the way the ball game's going to go. So we'll see what happens.
And you guys are so fast on offense that it's good and it's bad. I mean, can you do ball control on offense to try to keep it away from them?
We can. That's not really our game. That's not what we want to do. We want to. We're going to play what we do is which try to score. As fast as we can, and so we'll play our game, and then hopefully on the defensive end we can get some stops and keep it going. Turnovers will be a big factor. They were last year in the ball game. Yep. We turned the ball over a couple times, but scored on every other drive. So, it'll be what all games come down to: turnovers. Some big plays here or there. Yep. But if we can limit those and get our hands on the football, then that gives us a good chance.
Hey, even the Chiefs lose when they turn the ball over, right?
That's right.
I mean, there you go. Has this always been such a heated rivalry as it's been the last few years, or has Lebanon gotten better recently? It seems to be more of a thing now.
Yeah, that's really actually a great point because, Waynesville was always our biggest rival, and we talked about that in earlier shows. Lebanon, honestly, back in the 80s, the late 90s, or all the 90s, I think it was 14 years in a row that we won the ball game.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really much of a rivalry, and then they actually got better and it's made and they made a big deal out of it, and then they were able to beat us there a few times, and so that turned it into a big rival. So that's where we are today.
That's how it happens, man. Absolutely. Both sides got to be good in order for it to be a decent rivalry. You going to give us a score prediction?
No. So I hope we have one more point than they do.
Too smart for
right.
that. That's for sure. That's Coach Jeff Shore as they get ready for the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. Camdenton 5-1, Lebanon 6-0, and it ought to be a great game. So really looking forward to chatting with you again next week. So now we're going to go across town, talk some Osage Indians football. Jeff's buddy, Coach Shannon Jolly, going to join us as we talk about what Osage has coming up next right after this.
Have you heard of vitamin IV drips at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach? IV is a very efficient way to deliver all that goodness from vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, all in a hydrating fluid. Our IV drips can increase your energy level, your wellness, and help you feel great. We can accommodate groups in the comfort of our center in Osage Beach. However, we are excited to let you know that New Spring Wellness Center is also going mobile. Now you can save time and feel better by getting an IV vitamin boost at your event, like bachelor parties, weddings, golf outings, or even a company gathering. Call New Spring Wellness Center, and with a little pre-planning, we will come to you and boost your health.
It's summertime at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you need a local healthcare facility that can handle every aspect of your lake life. COMC is the medical provider for everyone, with OBGYN, pediatric care, behavior and mental health, dental, and more. Central Ozarks Medical Center is the healthcare team you're looking for. COMC offers full-service healthcare from every age, and with 3 convenient locations and our mobile medical and dental clinics, COMC gives you the peace of mind you need to enjoy your summertime at the lake. At COMC, your health is our mission.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long.
Polylift Boat Lifts. You've got your home at the lake and you found the perfect boat. Now to just make sure the boat bottom stays clean and up out of the water. Polylift Boat Lifts. We've been the lake's choice for reliable boat lifts for over 40 years, and we offer a lifetime warranty on our tanks. We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
And welcome back to the COMC Lake Area High School Football Coaches Show. We've made our way over to OSAGE, School of the Indians, and head coach Shannon Jolly, of course, and coach, you guys coming off a tough one last Friday night. You guys were at Boonville, and that Boonville team is just loaded this year.
They've got a bunch of talent, and Coach Huff's done a good job of kind of putting the talent together. So we knew that going in, but like I said, I think our kids, once we got there, found out that we're probably a little more competitive than we thought we were going to be, and that's a little bit of our issue right now, is making sure to gain confidence and understanding, that we belong on the field with our opponents on Friday nights.
Yeah. How big of a deal is something like confidence? How much of a difference can that play in a game?
I think it's everything here. I've been here. Everybody talks to me about being here before. You think about, when the state champion is in your conference, it's a big deal. And I won't say too much, but when I came in on Friday, a faculty member had made a comment to me about Friday night's game, and just almost in an undertone, I could tell that they were like, "Man, this is going to be, a tough loss."
Right.
And that's something we're trying to. And fair enough. I mean, after a pattern of years, if you haven't beaten an opponent or someone's really good, but that's tough for us to come in then and try to reprogram our kids to be like, "Hey, I know these guys are good, but we have a lot of positive things to bring to the table, and let's go see what we got. What do we have to lose?"
Yeah.
And so confidence is everything. And, after a while, I think with anybody, once you hear things about a certain team, or especially a team that's doing really well, sometimes it can set you back a little bit, and that's something we're trying to overcome as well.
And so much of that confidence, especially at this level, high school level, comes from the coach. If the coach gives that aura of, confidence and I have faith in you guys, those kids kind of buy into that and they go out there, it just gives them a better chance.
Well, that's our job, and that's the whole thing is, Brian McKenzie was talking about the definition of a coach and just talking about, I think he talked about a coach being a covered wagon and taking someone to somewhere where they didn't know they could go or where they didn't have the ability to go. And so you want to shield them from all that stuff, hence what we talk about being inside out, and then be like, "Hey, let's go. It's my job to get you there. All you got to do is do what we ask you to."
Yeah.
But the problem with that is when you're not winning, it's hard to reinforce that. So there's a little bit of a strategy of making sure kids can identify the positive things that we're doing and getting better, which we are. But you're right. There's so much energy that gets expended into the quote motivational side of things.
Yeah. Absolutely. I was watching you one of the earlier games this season down on the sideline. I think it was a California game. And you guys had fallen behind by 30 points. And I haven't seen you coach before, so I was kind of keeping an eye on you. And you were not happy, but you were not down at all. I mean, you had not lost any enthusiasm or confidence, and your team came back, almost won that game after being down by 30 points. It's just an amazing amount of power that a coach has.
If it's used correctly, in that situation, I'm as defeated on the inside as probably everybody else. Mm-hmm. But you can't let anybody see that. You can't let your kids see it. And really, it's like this. If you're in that situation where you're down by 30, you've got to get better. And every rep is important. So we always told our kids, I remember early on being here, Chris, and we'd be down by 50. And I had an official tell me one time, he said, you were bragging about a kid. You're like, "That's a great block on kickoff return." And he said it was like you acted like that was the best block you'd ever seen in your life.
Right.
And I said at that point, that was a positive thing that we had to hook our wagon to. So, but that's real. If it's one block or if it's one good carry at the time, and we're so far ahead of that. But as an example, you have to find positive things that your kids are doing and reinforce them, because modeled behavior and practices and habits are what we're looking for. Even if they come and what do you got to start? You have to have one modeled behavior at a time.
Yeah.
So if that's the one you get onto, that's the one you get onto. And it's very important.
That's what makes a good coach, though. And younger coaches have to learn that. So that is probably one of the benefits of having a few years under your belt. So the last three teams you played are pretty darn good. 15-3 overall. So you've come through that, and you've got another challenge coming up this week, Southern Boone, and we'll talk about the Eagles right after this. It's summertime at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you need a local healthcare facility that can handle every aspect of your lake life. COMC is the medical provider for everyone, with OBGYN, pediatric care, behavior and mental health, dental, and more. Central Ozarks Medical Center is the healthcare team you're looking for. COMC offers full-service healthcare from every age, and with 3 convenient locations and our mobile medical and dental clinics, COMC gives you the peace of mind you need to enjoy your summertime at the lake. At COMC, your health is our mission.
Have you heard of vitamin IV drips at New Spring Wellness Center in Osage Beach? IV is a very efficient way to deliver all that goodness from vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, all in a hydrating fluid. Our IV drips can increase your energy level, your wellness, and help you feel great. We can accommodate groups in the comfort of our center in Osage Beach. However, we are excited to let you know that New Spring Wellness Center is also going mobile. Now you can save time and feel better by getting an IV vitamin boost at your event, like bachelor parties, weddings, golf outings, or even a company gathering. Call New Spring Wellness Center, and with a little pre-planning, we will come to you and boost your health.
Polylift Boat Lifts. You've got your home at the lake, and you found the perfect boat. Now, to just make sure the boat bottom stays clean and up out of the water. Polylift Boat Lifts. We've been the lake's choice for reliable boat lifts for over 40 years, and we offer a lifetime warranty on our tanks. We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long.
Welcome back to the COMC Lake Area High School Football Coaches Show. We're here at the School of the Osage Indians head coach Shannon Jolly. So, Coach, you got the 4 straight losses. You've got 2-4 Southern Boone on the schedule this week. Kind of been an up and down year for Southern Boone, too. I think they lost their first 3, won a couple, and then lost last week. So, what do they bring to the table?
Well, part of my responsibility is special team stuff, and they've got one of the better returners in the kicking game, and so they do some really good things on special teams wise stuff. So Trent Tracy's a friend of mine. A lot of people don't know this. He started wrestling at Southern Boone. He's a workaholic and just a great guy, and kids love playing for him. So every time you play Southern Boone, kids are going to have great effort. And I mentioned that special teams thing because, I think Trent does a good job of balancing things, offense, defense, and special teams. So we know that it's going to be a great game again on Friday night.
Absolutely. And it's kind of hard to believe, but this season is moving right along, and the playoffs aren't that far off. And this is kind of a big game for playoff seeding.
This could be big for us as far as hosting a game or traveling or what seed you will get. And just being real, I haven't thought about it like that. We talked about it as a staff a little bit, but we can plan ahead for that later. But yeah, it does matter. It's not one of those situations. That's what I like about the new scoring system with the playoffs. Like, every point actually matters, and every win or loss matters. So yeah, it'll be big. It'll be a big game for us.
Ought to be a lot of fun. What do they like to do on offense? What does your defense need to do?
Well, they run the ball really well. They kind of spread things out offensively, but they run out of some of those spread formations. And again, Southern Boone's always got a good group of senior athletes, and they've got some guys that are strong. I mean, they do a good job in the weight room. So, like I said, they're balanced, and it'll be all we need. And Southern Boone's a kind of a tough place to play at times.
Yeah.
And so it'll be interesting what the weather's like and the grass feels like at Southern Boone. And can't believe I just said that, but that's part of it, of how you look at it.
Yeah, boy. It's greatness, though, playing on real grass, isn't it? Get that real grass smell. I mean, there's nothing like that.
It's great when you got good footing. If you don't have good footing in it and it's a little a little off, then it's not the funnest
It
thing.
makes
but
it interesting.
coming from a guy that hasn't been on turf most of his career, so no, it does add a little bit of change, and so we'll be prepared for that. But again, I think it's going to be a great game.
And your offense put up 28 points on a great Boonville defense last week. What would you like to see the offense do?
Well, it kind of goes back to the confidence thing you talked about, is getting off the bus and being ready to go. We have a habit of kind of waiting and seeing what our opponent's going to give us and then responding a little bit. And now, not the week before, but last week, I thought we did a good job. And the week against California, we did a good job of responding. But if you continually put yourself in the second half trying to come back, I'm not sure our maturity is enough for that. So we got to get off the bus and come out there and try to put ourselves in a good situation to start with.
Okay, so you've been coaching for over 20 years now, I think, like 24 years. What made you originally think that you wanted to become a coach?
You know, I tell people this, I got to be careful. I don't know if there's still people around, but I probably had a negative influence from some of my coaches. Not all of them by any means, but I was really interested in athletics, and I'd probably say I wouldn't have had the best experience with some of the coaches that I had. And now, by no means, I wasn't the best athlete, not the model citizen, but I didn't have a real positive. And I thought if I ever got the chance, because I love sports, and I thought it'd be a way for me to maybe do it a little bit differently and approach things differently than maybe what I was exposed to. So, kind of a negative approach, but again, that is what influenced me to be involved in this.
Huh, that's cool. And who were your coaching idols? You know, when you were growing up, who did you look up to as like, I want to be like that coach?
Well, when I got into college, I volunteered coaching for 3 years with no pay, all three sports.
Wow.
I coached football, basketball, and track and field, and without any pay. And down when I was at Missouri State and in the Springfield Public Schools, and I met some guys. I still call him about every other weekend. Coach Mullins, Paul Mullins, his dad's in the Hall of Fame. He coached at Greenwood, and Kevin Baker, who went to Indiana University. And I had some guys early on in my life that taught me the right way to do things. And man, I could not offer them any more thanks. And I still talk to them. I love them, and get a chance to visit with them again. It's kind of awkward calling them at age 50 and them saying, hey, coach, and thinking about when I first got started. But I was blessed with some great leadership back then.
How cool. That's wonderful. So that's Coach Shannon Jolly as the Indians get ready for Southern Boone on Friday night. And thank you for joining us for the Lake Area High School Football Coaches Show. The COMC People Are Greatness, Central Ozarks Medical Center. Also brought to you by Hy-Vee Osage Beach and Jefferson City, New Spring Wellness Center, Polylift Boat Lifts, and Smoke and Jones Outpost.